What's up, guys? Wait, what? What's up? What's up, guys? It's your boy, Janiel, Janiel. And today, we're back in freaking Minecraft. Yes, guys, another Minetalk. This time, I kind of started a little run with my friends, and I'm just gonna run around and do stuff, I guess. I kind of already have a plan on what I want to do, but most of the stuff is already done. Anyways, in this Minetalk, I'm gonna hit a lot of topics, and it's probably gonna be long. It's not gonna be too long, but I just wanted to express myself a little bit today. So, recently, I've gotten a lot of clarity in my life, and compared to my last video, I feel a lot better in a position emotionally of where I was versus what I am now. Wow, Minecraft music's already popping off. So, I guess let me give you a quick tour of my side of the island. This is a realm. We don't really play it that much anymore, but I kind of hop on whenever I need to clear my mind. Over here we have an armadillo farm for XP. We have a carrot farm for golden carrots. This is my first house. Pretty cool. If you go down here, you know, that was storage. We go down here, there's a little safe room. And then we go over here and we have my pet Nautilus. What's his name? Dang, I forgot. We have pet Nautilus Stewart. And then we climb up here, we swim up here, and it goes to the pond outside. Over here we have a library room I built for enchanting, a potion room for the silverfish farm, a sheep farm, and my new house. Anyways, let's get back to the topic of what I wanted to talk about today. So let's I'm gonna just refresh here. Compared back to what I was, how long ago that was. I think that was during school. I want to say almost a month ago when I posted my last video. Yeah, I got a lot of backlash and I got a lot of good, positive stuff out of it. Thank you for everyone that supported my last video. I appreciate it with the bottom of my heart. You guys. Like, I know I talked about a lot of emotional stuff, and for even me to talk about that, it took a lot. And for you guys to come to me and talk to me about it, that's also incredible, because that's all I wanted from this video, or from that video, was, you know, you to have a space where you could speak, or you could listen, or you could be heard to, because I'm human, and I'm exactly like you in every way. You know, we both go through our emotions, we both go through our own stuff. I'm not gonna curse this episode, or try not to, but yeah. A lot of people came up to me, and the main controversial part of this video, or that video, was lust, and it's something that affected my life and my relationships with people, my parents, everybody. It was something that affected me personally. So I talked about it, and people came to me. It was like, yeah, man, you're right. How do I quit? How do I stop? And the one thing I told everybody was, it's up to you. It's not up to me to, I'm giving you, you know what you want to do, you know what you want to do, you know you can do it. It's just up to you, man. And I'm not going to be the one that does it for you. Cause let's be real. I'm not your parents. I'm just some other guy. And I understand that it's hard, and trust me, I know how it is to get rid of those thoughts and be pure with your heart and how you feel. And I understand how it's so normalized nowadays to feel those ways and to do that thing. So it's like you can't rely on anybody else but yourself, because you're the one that's supposed to change. So that's what I wanted to convey with that video, right? And that's something I talked about. And I'm not saying I was never the worst with lust, but I've seen it in my life that it's always been a very, very strong factor. If that's socially, my friends, just stories I hear, it's huge. And everyone has their own way to cope with it. Some people turn to religion, some people turn to drugs, some people there's ways to cope, and there's good ways and there's bad ways. Obviously, religion, great way. If you want to turn to the Lord of the Christ and everything, and you want to do that, that's good for you. But the one thing I have from that is, if that's the way you do it, that doesn't mean it's going to be someone else's way. And that's why I try to be so vague with what I talked about, because the way I handled my emotions and the way I handled my quote unquote lustful actions or thoughts, it was a different way, and I'm not here to tell you the way you're supposed to do it, because that's up to you and whatever works with you. Now, I got a lot of I didn't get too much backlash, but I got some backlash. Some people misinterpreted the video, and I'm sorry that that happened. But some people misinterpreted it as me trying to justify lustness in a relationship, and people assumed, right, that I was mad at my past relationship because I couldn't watch, or I heard this from somebody. They were mad. Someone said that I was just mad that I couldn't watch porn during a relationship. That is completely besides the truth. That is absurd that they would even say that, because that's not even what I said. I said it ruins relationships, and I'm not saying, and I understand how you could get that. That's my fault for not conveying that properly. But what I was trying to say, I was trying to put you in a scenario, not use my own scenario. You know what I mean? I know it seemed like I was just using my scenarios, and that's not it. The video wasn't all about the relationship of that I had. Obviously, lust affects every relationship. That's why I brought it up, contradicting my relationship. But it wasn't like, it's not my business or anything to tell about that. And then I also want to get on another thing. I know it's kind of weird that I talked about relationship, and I shouldn't have, and that's why it's kind of deleted now, because I realized, man, maybe I should keep this to myself, right? And I didn't delete it, but I kept it private. So, because honestly, that video helps me, right? So that's why it's gone. It's don't don't be mad. Don't blame anybody. It was my choice. I was just like, maybe this is better for me, right? And it helped a lot of people, and I'm sorry that I had to take it down, but the people that saw it took it in, and they understand, right? Back to what I was trying to convey here. I understand the way I speak is not the best. I'm not best at communicating my emotions. I've never been the best. I'm sorry that I guess I miscommunicated a lot of my feelings. I tried to, in a way, but I'm sorry if you misinterpreted it. I'm telling you now, that is not the reason why I made that video. That's not how I feel. I am completely against lust. It's incredibly dangerous for everyone that's involved with it. Oh, I'm getting a call back. My mom had to call me. What I was, oh, I forgot where I was. Damn. I mean, dang. Oh, I'm sorry for miscommunicating, and I'll try to be better about speaking my emotions. But yeah, and I'm getting another call. Just hello.
Hey, did I interrupt something, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
How do
All right, I'm back. So yeah, I'm sorry if I miscommunicated that. Let's get to the video now. It's already 10 minutes in, and we haven't even started my topic. So Um, I wanted to talk about normalization. Let's go back to lust, man. Like that's my killer right now. That's what I keep seeing in my life. That's what I keep getting surrounded by, and that's the one thing that people keep asking me for, right? The normalization of this generation of atrocity and just like overall just like disgusting behavior is absurd. It is not normal to have more than two bodies, and it's not normal to have bodies in high. Okay, let's be real. It's okay to have that a body, right? Let's call it a body. That's not a good term, anyways. We don't. I don't like saying bodies, because it's like you're kind of like subjecting the actual, what the actual action is. If you meet someone and you like them, and you've been you two are together, and you've been together for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you guys decide to have sexual stuff, that's great. That you guys love each other, that's worth it. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, hookup culture, um 2-man culture, all this like just quick, like this very quick dopamine hit, you know crack and dip, you know what I mean? And I'm so sorry for that this is so normalized. It's so There's nothing I can do about it, obviously. The people that do this are the people that do this, right? They're not gonna change, and I hope they do change in their heart. where they see this and they're like, bro, come on. But those people are very, they're very, sometimes it can be very like, this is how I'm going to do it and this is the way I'm going to do it. No, it's your life, man. I'm not here to tell you what to do or what not to do. I'm just saying my perspective on things. Anyways, what I wanted to get with that is like it's so absurd how crazy this culture around um quickie link up and like just trying to get the highest score you can at such a young age. It's insane. It's so demeaning to what it really is and what the action is and what it means, we downplay sex. We downplay sex. Sex is not just a pleasure. Sex is creating new life. It's a foundation of showing love. It's not a foundation. Let's not do that. It's a tier of showing love, and it should be controlled and very limited. And you shouldn't have all these bodies and all these like all these people that are ready to go at you. And I don't want to blame the people themselves. I want to blame the people around them and society itself. You know what I mean? We're so used to fast, quick dopamine. Like we're just so like used to not taking our time with stuff and getting it done and saying we got it done, right? And that mindset transfers over to relationships and ruins them, right? And it ruins the view. I posted on my story, on my TikTok story, my thought. I was thinking in the car. I was like, man, I'm seeing a pattern here, right? This is the pattern I'm seeing. You're in middle school, right? It always starts in middle school, right? Middle school, high school. It always starts with your first date, your first love. What's up? What's going on? You guys are talking. Something bad happens. You guys are in middle school, high school. You guys are immature. You guys aren't like fresh high school, like end of middle. You guys are. Let's be honest. You guys are immature, and and something happens. Let's say, oh, I don't want to. Sorry, I don't think this is working out, right? And the other one's just like, just explodes because they've never done this before. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to control their feelings. This is their first time, so they explode. And I was a part of that in my first quote unquote relationship. Because let's be honest, these middle school relationships weren't, they weren't really relationships. They lasted like, I don't know, a week to a month, maybe through 3 months max. In my first breakup that I had in middle school, I was so cringed out of what I did. I was like, bro, like now that I look back at it, I was like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, bro, come on, bro. Like we just, we lost some aura. We lost some aura. And it's okay that I did that because I learned from it. But listen here, listen here. That's the difference. I learned from it. The immaturity starts. They crash out. Whatever. Oh, whatever. You know what? Frick you. I'm gonna go get someone else. Boom. They get someone else. The other person, right? This is the loop I'm seeing. I'm gonna just put this. Put this in a scenario. You're dating this girl, right? Yo, blah blah blah. It's amazing. You feel it. You love it. You're starting to love her. Then she hits you with oh, this guy asked me for her number or for her my number, and I gave it to him. But we're just friends, right? Like nothing wrong. Instead of you be like, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, or hey, I know this is like new for both of us, and this is like I just don't want to deal with that. And if she changes, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I respect you. Boom, amazing, good job. But if she goes like, I'm not gonna respect your boundaries, and you can't control me, you're out of there. You're out of there, bro. And it's not her fault. You can't be mad at her for doing that, or him, because this could go both ways. I'm just putting this in my perspective. You can't be mad at because that's how they're they chose to be like that, and you know what? If they want to be like that, They want to be like that, and that's not your fault. That's not their fault. You just leave. You're good, right? You'll find someone that's willing to accommodate for your expectations and your needs. And let me hold. I was about to start rambling about something else. Boom. She says that. She doesn't. Let's say she doesn't. Or she does something bad, like she says, "Oh yeah, it's okay," but then she does it again, right? Second time, you're like, "Ah, okay, dude, like, please, like, actually stop. This is I already told you, blah blah blah, whatever." 2 tries, right? You could see a pattern coming here, right? So she does it. She tells you, blah blah blah. You break up, right? That's fine. Then you were hurt, right? You were already hurt. Like, you got hurt from that. If I was an immature guy, which I've been and I am, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I am as immature as anybody else, right? Obviously, this is not what I'm gonna do now, because obviously I've matured from then. But if I was, let's say I'm someone else, I'm someone different. I'm Daniel. I'm not Daniel. I'm Daniel. Daniel's like, I'm gonna get. You know what? I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna show her what she missed out on. I'm gonna go ahead and get on her friend, or I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what? I'm moving on quick, right? She moves on, or you move on. You replace. You're moving. Instead of taking your time to really be like, damn, you know what? Maybe that's good. It didn't work out. You have this resentment in your heart where it's like, man, why couldn't she just change? You know what? I'm gonna do something bad to her now. That's the mentality that I'm talking about nowadays. It's a competition on who can do who worse, and who can do each other worse, because it's like it's just repeating of who can do who worse, who has the most, who does this. It's a competition. We turned love into a competition. That's not okay. We can't be doing this, guys. It's so disgusting and so displeasing for a man like me, or for anybody else, or a woman who's normal and hasn't been corrupted yet, to be corrupted by a person that is incompetent and competitional. You know what I mean? Because that guy is gonna go up to the next girl, the sweet, loving girl who has never dated anybody, and she's pure, she's nice, she's kind, and he's gonna corrupt her the way that girl corrupted him, because he wasn't mature enough to be like, hey, maybe this is for the better, right? Or, hey, maybe I'm moving on, it's fine, this is normal. And it all starts early. It starts early. And I'm not gonna lie, when I broke up with this girl in middle school, I went straight to the next. And that's something I'm sorry for that. Whoever, I don't care. We're already in 2 different lives now, right? I know I don't talk to this person, whatever. But now I look back at it, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, because that's so, like, I was just so, like, I didn't, not even for her or for the person that I dated after her, it was for myself, because I was like, man, maybe I should have waited and see what I needed, or like what I could have replaced that with, because I rushed into something else. And when I rushed into something else, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I was not ready for something else. I'm not saying I was still stuck on that ex or anything. I'm saying personally, I was like, the first whatever, like, communication I had with this new person was done as a rebound. And subconsciously, I didn't do it consciously. I wasn't like, yeah, I'm rebounding. It was more like, all right, I gotta move on. I gotta go, because that's what I was accustomed to, right? That's what I learned from people, that I have to move on. I have to continue, right? So what I'm trying to get out of this is that happened to that person, right? They immature, move on to the next, hurt them, move on to the next, hurt them, they move on to the next. And it's now the whole entire scene is ruined, right? Right. Everything's cooked, bro. These dating in the new age is just so draining. It's not what it used to be, and it's not looking for a partner for life anymore. It's looking for a partner for fun, or looking for a partner for revenge, or looking for a partner to just have lustful actions with. And that's so, it's so mind numbing because you have to get used to it. Like people force you to get used to that. And personally, I'm not okay with it. And I know a lot of people are not okay with it either. And it's so un unjustifiable and it's just so unfair for the people that are naive to this and are just like so stuck up on their world. And I'm not calling them stupid or anything. They're actually smart or they're pure because they know what they want and they've taken their time. But then when they get up to a new girl or whatever and she has a past with this guy, this guy, this guy, you have to be okay with it. You know what I mean? Like now you have to be okay with her past. And let's be honest, a lot of these guys and girls have pasts that are gut wrenching. You know, it's just a loop, and I see people snapping out of it, and I'm like, thank you, like finally, like please, like appreciate you, like yeah, but you already have your past. You can't get rid of that. And the next person you date, right? And this is advice for boys and girls. Your past will stay with you depending no matter who you date, you know? If I get with a new person, right? That person will have to be okay with what I did with the other person. Or this can go two routes. I can keep it a secret. And I'll be like, oh, that person, I don't even know who that is. Or, oh, that person, me and her, no, we dated for like maybe a week. Don't worry about it. That's not fair at all. You know, it's better to be truthful than to hide it and then find out the other way, right? So I'm just trying to put it out there that this new dating age is just a complete cycle, and everyone just keeps hurting each other out due from like immaturity, revenge, just attention seeking. Everyone just goes around in loops, and it's easy to get in that loop because it feels good, and it's very dopamine heavy, and it's a good distractor. It's a good way to get your mind off things is to have someone there that you don't want to commit to, but you still have them, you know? And that goes for both genders. This is completely boys and girls because from what my perspective as a man, because I don't know what a girl goes through. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. But my perspective as a man, the loop is you get with this girl, she does you dirty. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna do the next girl dirty. Or it ruins your perspective on love and it ruins your perspective on what like relationships truly mean because that one girl did that one thing to you and you just it's just like hot wired your brain. And I know this can go both ways, but I'm just saying in my what I've seen from people and from just like people in my school and stuff like that, it's just a loop of the guy getting hurt very early on. He's like, man, frick these, you know what I mean? And here it's the next. And there's obviously not everyone's like this. I'm not trying to say this is everybody because obviously this is like maybe I'm not saying yeah, this may be like I don't know 50%, 60% of just like relationships in general are like this nowadays, and that's still a big margin. But you can just you can just try to imagine what I'm trying to say here is that like it's astonishing what relationships have turned to from building something over the years and not exploring each other after 2 years in, 1 year in, and now it's justifiable or like normalized to pop that put first date and to you know what I mean? Like it's so it's like wow, that there's such a big shift and that shift was very fast. And we can all blame social media for that, but we can also blame ourselves as humans for just being so okay with it and not changing or not accepting it. And it's okay if you have made this mistake and you're like damn, maybe I shouldn't have maybe I shouldn't have done that to him, or maybe I should have done that to her. Like, damn, like, man, that's like, it's not right, you know? Like, or maybe I should have treated her better. Maybe I should have treated him better. Whatever. It's okay to change now. You don't. I feel like some people. It also makes you feel stuck. Like it makes you feel like, damn, I can't go back now. I already have my whole past. Like who will accept me with this past? I just have to keep going. And it's just like digging your hole even deeper. You know. Um. Anyways, that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about today. I have a lot more to talk about. I'm gonna start doing these a lot more. But that's the point that I wanted to hit today is the normalization of lust and bops and young hoes and all this stuff. It's gut wrenching. It's so not disgusting, but so disappointing that this is the reality that we live in, that we are normalizing hoes, both guys and girls. Hoes is non-gender for me, and I feel so sorry for the people that did get really done really dirty, and it's like, man, that sucks, but you didn't have to, hurt the next person. It's not, it's just immature. You know what I mean? And there's always people that do it right. I want to say, I think with my last little thing, my breakup, um, I think I went through it. At first week, I had a click. I was like, damn, like I gotta distract myself. I didn't, obviously I didn't go around talking to no girls or anything or filling up the void, but I just started feeling I started like, I felt like I couldn't be alone, and I joined like a bunch of friend groups. I reconnected with some old friends. I had to, I couldn't face it, right? And then something happened, right? And then I had the chance to face it. And I have been facing it. And it's wow, it's like I wish I felt this sooner, you know? Like I wish I felt this in my heart a little sooner, except for distracting myself. Now I'm not saying, like I said, I didn't go around and start talking to all these girls and leading them on or anything. I'm mature for that, right? I'm not gonna do that. That's not fair for me or the next person or the person that split, right? But what I did do is I felt like I didn't take it for what it was, because I was just like, ah, no worries, we'll talk, we'll talk again. We'll I just started to like, I think I just built a reality around it where I was like, this is okay. Like, it's fine, whatever, you know? Instead of facing it, I just blew it off. And that affected me in the future. I should have taken it sooner, realized it sooner that that was not the right thing to do, because it personally affected my feelings later in the like in my brain, and it just overall later on I just got really sad because I was like, I didn't take it in. And that's, I think a lot of people my age and like boys in general, what they do is they're quick to distract themselves, and then they feel it, but then it's too late, and I'm sorry that I made that mistake of feeling it too late, but at least I'm conscious of it now, right? And I now I'm at a point where I can openly talk about the processes that I'm going through and my friends are going through, because I have friends that broke up with their girl like recently, and they're hurt too, and I'm telling them like, bro, you have to. Their first reaction is like, all right, I have to distract myself, and I told them, it's like, man, you have to just face it. It's so much better later on. It's better to face it now than in a month when she's completely over you, and then you see her, go around some other guy when she's over you. She already took it in, and then you're just now taking it in. That's kind of like the worst feeling I've ever had in my life, is not taking it in like not taking the emotions in and realizing what happened and just blowing it off and saying it's okay. And then one of my partners taking it in very soon, and then eventually they're okay to move on, and that's okay. But then for me, it makes it worse because I just started feeling it, and I already see them in my eyes. I already see them with a new person, and I'm just now seeing it because I'm not seeing it through their eyes, you know. But yeah, that's just like my perspective on this whole entire generation on what's going on. It's incredible of, I guess, how crazy this is to, like, it's just like, wow. But I'm definitely gonna make another video. I have practice coming up, so I have to go, guys. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I'll probably make another video maybe next week or something like that, around that time. And I'll try to hit up as many topics as I can. I don't want to stick to talking about lust and relationships and stuff like that. I want to talk more about about me and about, you know, more common things, and, you know, open my plate a little bit more. But I feel like in this video I was a lot more intuitive of talking and better at presenting my emotions. If you have any questions, guys, if you have any questions, before you say anything, just ask me. You probably misinterpreted it, or maybe I can say an apology next video. I just don't want people to interpret it wrong again, like how they interpreted the last video. I generally do this with the good in my heart. I'm not doing this to bash anybody. I'm not doing this to bash myself. This is for just, you know, just a place for me to rant and to talk to, and I don't have anyone else to talk to this about. So yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all later. I literally did nothing but run around this map. I hope you guys like the map. I might play it a little bit more often, especially if I want to make these videos and make some projects. But yeah, I'm gonna go do practice. I'll be back sooner or later. Hope y'all enjoy. Peace out.